tell me who we got here in this fancy-looking Peterbilt here.
Dustin.
Well, Dustin, you sure do have a nice-looking ride there. Tell me all about it. What are you working with there?
Well, it's owned by my best friend, and I drove for him for a long time, and we used both of our ideas and put them together to build the truck. They bought the truck new, and it's a 95 model. Got a Cummins in it. We've done a manifold and turbo and a program. About 650 horse with a 15 over and 355 rears. Stretched it out to 285. Went with the 359 style dash and put aluminum floor, painted it to match the outside of the truck.
Dustin, tell me about some of the custom things that you guys have done to the truck.
Well, we put air ride front end underneath the front, put a flip kit on the bumper. It's a Peterbilt truck, but we hit all the airbags and everything underneath the sleeper to give it a good smooth look. And like I said, we stretched it. Went with extra cab lights. Just kind of went with the old school look all the way around on it. The only thing we done newer was we put the new style cab mounted mirror brackets on it. Just for their function, they work a lot better.
Now, what do you do with the truck?
That hauls cattle. He has a ranch and owns a cell barn, and we set the truck up with a wet kit to. He hauls all of his own feed, but we've never used it to haul feed. It's just a pretty dirty job. So he's got a ground load that we pull with this a lot. Just a short trips.
10-4.
When the truck was new, they had a fuel distributorship. It hauled gas and propane until they retired it to the farm, and then we decided to rebuild it.
So how long did the process take to rebuild the truck?
About 2 years. Beatty Body Works done the work on the truck and done a phenomenal job. But yeah, it was about a 2-year build.
Now, how long have you been driving for?
Started in '98.
And how'd you find yourself getting into the world of trucking?
My dad and my grandpa always had cattle trucks as I was growing up as a kid, and just spent my childhood with him, and just kind of about all I know.
For the guys that would want to get into a situation like you're in, hauling cattle and livestock and whatnot, what would you tell them in order to encourage them or give them pointers and tips to make their transition into doing that?
Just if you didn't grow up around it, you just have to be really easy taking off and stopping, and you just got to always be mindful of your cattle back there, because the less you stress them out, the better they're going to be when they come off the truck, and that's going to make the buyers happy. And you just got to be, the whole time, you just got to be mindful of the cattle back there, stopping. You got to be watching ahead, and of course watch the curves, and you have to stop and check them pretty regular. You can't just get in a truck and sit there and drive all day. You gotta stop and check them. And on the other hand, you can't stop for very long if it's hot, because you got to keep some wind blowing.
We've heard that said before. What else happens besides, driving the truck? Paint a picture for what else goes on.
Well, then to start it off, you got to get them loaded without getting your head kicked off or getting run over. And like I say, just be mindful of the cattle, and you're gonna come across sick ones or have them loaded wrong. You've got to figure your load, what compartments is what's going to hold what, and if you get one giving you trouble, you've got to keep them on their feet If they get what we call stretched out on their side, then you're gonna lose them if you don't get something done.
Okay. And obviously that just doesn't come within the first week or two of hauling cattle. So do guys ride along with another experienced hauler, or how does that go?
Well, this is my personal opinion, but I don't think you could just hire somebody that's a truck driver and go train him to haul cattle. I mean, you could, but to me it just takes years of being around it and dealing with it, and I mean, it's a pretty tough deal at times. I mean, it's not impossible, but it can be tough at times.
The last question I'm going to throw at you there has to do with the safety of other motorists driving around you. It's kind of a standard question that I ask some of the guys. I like to get their opinion on things, but for what you do, hauling the livestock, what would you say to a motorist if they are curious about what they should do, driving in and around the truck?
I'd say my biggest issue is pay attention to your mirrors. That's where I run into things that bother me the most. People stopping or pulling out right in front of you and not even understanding how close they are and putting you in a bind.
So I'm not just looking forward, obviously looking to the rear, looking to the sides and whatnot. Explain how that's happened to you, how that's affected you.
Well, someone pulls out in front of you, you've either got to make the decision to, if you can, get the other lane or shoulder or try to get shut down, and then there again you've got to be mindful of the cattle when you're doing that, and or someone just hanging out beside you on a 4-lane and not even understanding the danger they're in. They either need to back off or go on, and I'm mindful of my mirrors. If I'm in somebody's way, I get out of their way and just always try to be courteous in your driving.
Yeah, that's it for it. We appreciate that. Dustin, it's been a pleasure riding along with you, getting a good look at your truck. It certainly is a fine looking truck, but a lot of hard work went into that, making it what it is.
Well, I appreciate what you do, and it's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
Well, hopefully we'll catch you at another show where folks can really enjoy your truck there. Thanks again for coming out on the road with it.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, man. Be safe. We'll see you soon.
I'll see y'all.